Hello everybody, welcome back to RC on Track. Tearing apart the little Jeep crawler. It's a 1/16 scale frame. I think it's closer to a 1/12 scale frame. Gutting it down so we can take the parts off our all metal bouncer back here and get them onto this thing. We got to figure out how we're going to get the transmission in it and the motor. After that, it should be an easy build. I'm bringing you guys along with this because we're going to be using this a lot this summer. That thing over there, I'm probably end up letting my friend get off me pretty cheap, and we'll go from there. But this is the focal point right here. We're gonna tear this thing all the way apart, and we're gonna build it with my other crawler parts. All right, so let's get that going. And the way we're going about it is we already got the skins off, got the back shocks disconnected. Got to do the same to the front shocks and the torsion bars, or 4-link bars, excuse me. Get all that taken down, and we can start trying to get the transmission and motor out of the other one to fit in here. I will be doing this pretty fast for this video. Trust me. Alright guys, so we got it tore down, and let's go ahead and get these electronics out of it real quick. I'm going to leave this little plate in here, this little mounting plate I made for it. We're going to leave that in there for now. Put another zip tie there. Because I'm running a brushless motor in this thing no matter what, so the one time this stuff works, man. I want to get the lights hooked back up. These little red lights in here. Go ahead. I'm going to leave that in there because that's where I want it. Alright, so this thing is ready to try to receive parts. So I have somewhere got this transmission and motor here. Now the brushless motor is a little bit longer, so I need to at least make myself how much longer is this thing? So we'll try to leave at least a 1/2 inch of play. That's going to be hard because there's no room in this thing. So we might have to make something. I don't know. It's not the first time I've tried to do this with this thing. I don't want to take the spur gear off. It's just too much work right now. Now, turned around. So if I build a little, just a little deck to go in here, that's going to be easy. So I'll make a little deck, drill it out for the transmission mount, and we can hook up very nicely in there. I like that. But the only way I can run it like that is to have it sit low. So I might have to create some kind of link bar to go to the axles to keep it low. So I might have to kind of create my own suspension as far as shocks go, because I don't want to have to put the motor below it to get, and the reason why I'm saying this is because your drive lines, when they get in a bind, they're harder to turn, they break the pins. So you want your differential here, what on a regular car we'd call it the U-joint, you want it as straight as possible to the axle, down to your ring and pinion. So that was the problem I was having with this thing when I first started putting it together. Ideally, new word. See, there's just no room for it to sit in there. It's curved. It's just, you can't get it to sit down in. I had it turned sideways, sitting in there like this, just like this, and it wasn't performing too good. So I'm gonna try to make it so it sits in here like this. It's just gonna have to sit real low, about this high. So that's where we're at. Okay, let's put this to the side. And kind of breaks my heart to tear this thing apart. I just painted it. Can't tell, but that's first paint job on a bouncer. Yeah, it's going to be a task. So I can do it with you guys, or I can do it without you guys. I guess that's my choice. So I'll see you guys in a second with a pile of parts. Alright, you guys, so here's all our parts that we're going to build this guy with. Ridiculous. So I think that will ride nice. That is going to be nice. So this is the actual motor. So let's see how the axles are going to look, or the drive shafts are going to look, and where we need to be if we do a plate in here. I don't know if I can get all this stuffed in here. this comes out. That one's rusted in. This might hinder me a problem. I oil them all the time. But I live in the coastal area, so they still rust. Let's go. Oh no, man. So we said a table up top of this chassis right here. See if we can get this drive line to. So that is solid pinched up here. And if we turn it on its side, this motor won't fit in there if we turn it on its side. So my other option is going to be figuring something else out, because I just tore a whole 2 crawlers apart here. I don't want to use the brushed motor because I still want it to be able to bounce around. So see what happens when we do this stuff. And make it so it mounts like that. To the bottom of the cage. I can make a mount that goes across the plate and back to the chassis. I got room for the screws. Let's see how that. Let me get Let me get a zip tie. I'm going to zip tie it down so that I can try to mock this stuff up. And if it does it, what I'll end up doing is making a whole skid plate of some sort. I mean, you guys probably laugh at me, but I don't care. Ooh. Actually, it looks really good. Yeah. Let me get a zip tie. Alright, you guys, so this is pretty close. I'm going to have to make some sort of skid plate to carry the transmission. But this is pretty close. This is going to work. Where's the other half of that transmission shaft? Excuse my blocking the view, but don't fall. I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do that though. Might have to shorten this drive shaft. It's bottoming out and I'm not getting enough room. To get my other stuff mounted. So, I guess I could make something. It's going to take a lot of work to make something, though. Push this front end out where it needs to be. This is the hard part, I guess. Trying to figure out where you need to be with it. Only way I can move it back further is to cut this mounting plate for the motor here in the transmission, and then I could slide it back. That would definitely help out on my drive shafts. And if I can get this spur gear back enough, that would definitely be better too. I only have to shave a little bit off the side and notch it out right here. And then I could slide back across to almost center. That brings the back of the car forward. And the drive line won't be bottoming out like that. Switch drive lines. And to do that, I gotta figure out how to get this drive shaft off, because it is rusted. the only other way that I know of is taking the CVD apart on it, and I don't want to go through all that. It's a mess. We have a better, sharper Allen wrench. Wow, that is bad. Not looking good, man. Come on. Now there is a trick I can use. And what you can do is you can put a little super glue into the Allen screw, stick the bit in there, let it sit and dry, and then back it out. Trying to feel where it's got the best bite. And that's nowhere. Let's see if I can do this. A little staple here. That bites so bad. Alright. So, looks like I'm going to have to figure that out. And we will do this video in probably 3 segments. So you guys stay tuned. Stay subscribed. We hit that 1,000. I'll be giving somebody a RC car. When we hit every, I don't know, depending on how fast the channel grows, I'll give away another RC car. You know, it just depends on how fast we can grow our channel. And all I'm really doing with this channel is having fun, enjoying it, sharing it with you guys, and helping people that are just getting into the hobby see how it is and whatnot, and showing you guys how to build these things, or how I build them. And yeah, so stay tuned, and we will get this thing up and rolling before summer gets here, so we can get some good crawls out of it. And that's about it. Yeah, so like, share, subscribe, and like always, we'll see you on track.